Hey, every furry, today I'm here to complete the Ouroboros of Slop. As you can see, I got my slop bib on. Itadakimasu, give me that slop, nom nom nom. I saw that my favorite YouTuber, White Manga, that he is reacting to PewDiePie. It says manga artist reacts to PewDiePie 24 hours at an anime studio. So I thought it would be very, very funny if I made a video called VTuber Reacts to Manga Artist Reacts to PewDiePie. And then hopefully we could keep the train going. Hopefully somebody else can can react to my reaction and they could give their biting commentary on me adding all my little giggles as I watch White Manga react to PewDiePie. Now, White Manga, he has an interesting relationship with PewDiePie. He's a big PewDiePie fan. I've I don't I'm gonna sound like the ultimate hipster. I don't know. I don't really watch normie YouTube. I can't really comment on the guy. But White Manga, he's made fan art for PewDiePie and it got featured on one of his videos. He's quite proud of that one. Here, I got it ready to go right here. This is a fan art for PewDiePie that White Manga drew that he really, really likes. And he also included a PewDiePie reference in Apple Black. On one of the newspapers there's a PewDiePie logo, and and if you look through White Manga's Reddit account, he did try to post about that. It's very funny. Okay. So I did a redline breakdown of this on my post. White Manga's art scorched my retinas harder than the eclipse. I in this post, this is from April 2024. I broke down like the big issues that I have with White Manga's art, and the main thing being that very he's very clumsy with his composition, and it's like there's these little tweaks he could make to give his pictures stronger composition. And a lot of these are just kind of baffling because it's like, dude, you've been at this for a while. Like, you're better at art than me. Like, why are you making these mistakes? And it his style is like interesting because there is a technical proficiency to it, but it's not very creative. It's not like I don't see him really pushing himself as an artist. And you could argue that it's like, hey, when you're making a manga you just got to get the pages out. I sure. I don't know. So for his PewDiePie one, I broke it down here. Hopefully you could see that here. Let me turn off my wacky inflatable arm guy filter. So hopefully we could get a better peek at that. Uh-oh, OBS isn't opening up. Well, hope yeah, you could see what's up. So I think, like, there could be like a clear through line. There could be better contrast with the images and the background. Um I yeah, it's things that, like, these things like show up a lot in his art. And I put in my post like, okay, here's some like here's some here's some solutions if you're also suffering from these problems. But yeah. Anyway, I'm good at composition. You should listen to me on that. You don't listen to me on anatomy, storytelling, character design. Composition, I am confident on. I can't help you out with that. So let's see. So yeah, I was on the YouTube and I saw he was reacting to White Manga was reacting to PewDiePie. White Manga's video is 39 minutes and 40 seconds, and I looked up PewDiePie's. PewDiePie's is 32 minutes. I don't know how much commentary White's going to add to this. I think we might just, like, most of this is probably just going to be us watching the PewDiePie video, but hopefully White Manga will not let us down. Hopefully he will be able to indulge us with his depth of knowledge when it comes to the anime industry.
A few months ago, I got a letter.
Oh, okay, so we're just opening with PewDiePie's. Okay, let's see. So White Manga says in his description, I joined Felix PewDiePie on his artistic journey. Wait, you joined him? Like, what, little bro thinks he's part of the team? Like, or joined in like a metaphorical sense. Oh my god. All right, well, okay, top comment on White's thing is, bro, how do you have a mic but still sound like you use the webcam mic? Yeah, his, oh my god. White Manga has such a bad mic setup. I don't get it. I really don't get it. You're, Sotoguri says, I feel like you woke up and turned the camera on. Oh no. Sotoguri's got a Kakegurui profile pic, so you know that's gotta burn. Ooh. Man, any other hot burns coming in from the comment section? Let's see. Him Hemidoc19 says, "Give me your mic, please." Cry emoji. Clearly, you don't need it. Transcribe voice reply. Wait, what? You could do that in that you could do that, or is he being sarcastic by like, I'm gonna pretend like this is a transcribed voice reply, but he says transcribe voice reply in bold. Bet, just send me your social security address, all that information, and I'll have it to you ASAP, pronto. Thanks for watching. All right, clap it back against the haters who want your mic. Yeah, well, you right. So we're starting with PewDiePie. We're not starting with White Manga in White Manga's react. Ooh, let me put my because I do love my gay little filter. So let me put the static filter on this bad boy. Yeah. All right, there we go. Now it's transformative use. I put a filter on it. That means you can't copyright strike me for my react to a react. Ooh, should we also get our nature footage going? Heard mixed reaction to the nature footage. I personally like it. I think it's neat. How hard should we make it to see PewDiePie's face? No, that's too hard. Okay. All right, enough futzing around. Let's watch White Manga, watch PewDiePie.
A letter, an invitation from the royal house of anime, gods of anime.
Man, they're really hyping it up. Let me make this bit. Who would I put as my god of anime? Like in anime studios, I guess Studio Shaft. Because they made Zetsubo Sensei and Monogatari and all that cool stuff. I don't know, like, but I also like A1 Pictures because they made Asterisk Wars, and that's like one of those animes that like permanently rewired me. I don't know. It's although no, I guess if we go younger, like anime that like psychically influenced me and I never looked back. Probably like whoever the hell made Tenchi Muyo, that boomer shit. I don't know. Is that anime studio still around? Are they still kicking? Let's see. Let's make this here. One last programming note. Let's see, make it big. I gotta make it big. Good, but bigger. See, the reason I have that influence, that instinct to go good but bigger, it's because I watched Tenchi Muyo at the wrong age. That's why. All right, I think it's big enough. We can make it. Can we make it default view or theater mode? Okay. Well, you know where to find what I'm watching. Manga artist reacts to PewDiePie 24 hours at an anime studio from White Manga. All right, let's fucking go.
Which studio invited me to come over?
Oh, yeah, an approving nod from White Manga about this. Okay. I think White Manga agrees. Oh, look, his play button's still not up. Fuck. White, come on. White, you gotta put up your play button. White. You see this right here in the corner. This is his silver play button that fell off his wall one day, and for whatever reason, he just hasn't put it back up. And it's just very sad. And we just like you could see like a timeline of clutter, like just there's just more and more shit being added. Like you like first the play button fell down. Now it's like on a pile of books, and it was like on a pile of markers. And then he started putting books on it, and oh god, now I see his bookshelf. That's looking a little messier lately. Oh, come on, man.
I could not pass up. They've animated Attack on Titan, Spy Family,
wow,
a ton of shows, and
a ton of shows. Is there anything I've watched?
Even the new upcoming one.
Yeah, I saw Yaiba. Yaiba was pretty good. I like that.
One Piece. This is a huge deal. They don't normally do this kind of thing.
Oh, we're doing the picture-in-picture reaction. I see. So we could see his we could see the White live react.
I could not believe it. Me?
Okay. Do you think White watched this before he reacts? Do you think he practiced getting like the perfect cool guy nod? Oh man. Hopefully not. You know, everyone knows I'm going in this blind.
Spy Family, a ton of shows, and even
Moonrise. What the hell is Moonrise? That one looks cool. Is it like is that or like what
in the new upcoming one.
It's gonna make a joke about being bisexual. I don't know. I already like I'm stopping myself before I even said it. It's like no, it's not worth it. Not worth it. I think I get one bisexual joke per video. I gotta save it.
Piece. This is a huge deal. They don't normally do this kind of thing.
Wow.
I could not believe it. Me?
Interesting.
Apparently they.
I mean,
interesting, says White.
You couldn't believe it, for real.
Okay, so 28 seconds in, and we get interesting, you couldn't believe it for real from White, and then a logo drop for White manga.
You know, it's like good press for them. You're already in Japan. You know, it makes a lot of sense. It's you're still one of the most popular YouTubers today.
Oh, he's wearing one of his Apple Black hoodies. Oh yeah, I think that's on his Redbubble. Oh man, let me pull that up. Yeah, looking a little crusty. You might need to replace that one, White. Let's see. Where the hell is it? I know he was selling his merch on Redbubble. See, this is why I'm never gonna make it as a React tuber. I'm getting way the hell too distracted. I'm like, wait, I know the thing, and I soy jack point, and I have to halt fucking everything, and, and gawk. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's a hoodie. It's definitely the Apple Black logo. Looks like this. Is this available as a hoodie? Shit. Style. Okay. Can I get this exact hoodie that he's wearing in the video? Fuck. This is tragic. I don't know. Like, if you're gonna wear your own merch, you gotta like keep it recent. You know, it's like where the shit that that like I could buy as a fan that just fucking loves giving you money. Once you go, I think they could have used a different model for this. Apple once you go black ... shirt. I think, can someone explain this? Apple once you go black ... I know just stock models. I know just like auto generated, but like I don't know. It's it's pretty funny. We also on his Redbubble we also have merch from his rap alter ego, which he is not keeping separate from his manga alter ego, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad he's open about that. We also have Apple is the New Black. Which is pretty good. I wonder if you could get this one as a hoodie. Where the fuck do you get Apple Black hoodies? Unless I'm like totally off base and he's not wearing. Let's see. Let's scroll ahead a little. Well, let's check Saturday AM's website. Yeah, let's see. See their shops. Oh yeah, they had the shop Saturday AM. Wait, let me put on my VPN. They're not gonna track me. All right, maybe this is where we. Oh yeah, because they were making a big deal about them opening a new shop. Let's see. I'm not seeing any clothes. Okay. Well, you can find the slop bib. When I open my shop, you'll be able to buy a slop bib like I'm wearing. And it'll be really funny, and you can wear this and be like part of the slop gang. Hashtag slop gang. Let's see, all series. Let's go to the Apple Black tab on Saturday AM because I know there's merch here. Oh, yeah, here it is. 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 Okay. Okay, I found it. Yes. The BioWorld Apple Black Sano's Holy Ghost Fire adult black hoodie. This is probably the one that he's wearing in here. Holy shit, I found it. Oh yeah. You can wear this hoodie with shit, I gotta this, make sure nobody doxes me. Make sure nobody doxes me. It sees where I'm living. Yeah, this hoodie with Sano. Want to zoom in on it's like Sano it's Sano doing like a cool Dr. Manhattan move. I think this is the one that No, actually it might be a different one cuz this is like the whole series title right here and I see the apple black going across the chest, so it's probably apple black like 2 lines. Oh. God damn it. Okay. So it's not there. Available at BioWorld, Hot Topic, and Beyond. Well, I guess it's part of the Beyond collection. But I'm not seeing it here. Man. All right, so we checked his Redbubble. We checked the Saturday AM shop. We checked the merch tab under Apple Black. Man. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I know we're not here for fashion. This is why I'm just too gay and unfocused. Kofi really was right when he said that about me. Okay, so White Manga saying that, this makes sense for PewDiePie to do this because it's good press. Okay, that's his hot take so far.
Apparently
you couldn't believe it, video. For real. It's like good.
Yeah, his mic sucks. Like, this is like, is he recording out of the right mic? Like is his, like, for his aux settings, is it picking up on like the laptop mic and not the mic that's plugged in?
Press for them. You're already in Japan. It makes a lot of sense. It's you're still one of the most popular YouTubers.
I mean, he's bigger than you. I don't know why you give him that side eye. Yeah, who's the most popular YouTuber? Who is the most popular? List of most subscribed YouTube channels. Let's see. We have a picture of Mr. Beast looking like he's ready to shit his pants for the Wikipedia of list of most subscribed to YouTube channels. Okay, Mr. Beast T-Series, Cocomelon, Set India, PewDiePie's number 12. Wow. Okay, cool.
Today. So it kind of makes sense. And then you being an anime fan, and like you said, doing all the drawings, it makes all the sense in the world to me, and probably a lot of people. But this just goes to show, man, it's kind of cool seeing his journey go from that curiosity, picking up the pen and drawing and getting better and all those days, and now
here, I'll say this. I don't know if White Manga's art has gotten better over time. I know this is something like I will put my hoof down and say that his composition is very clunky and he needs to work on that. I don't know about, like, I can't really tell that much of a difference in his art style over the years. And this is something that, like, White Manga fans, yes, please fight me on this one. I do, like, I am kind of torn on this one. He did have he had a big step up when he switched to digital coloring. I think that his digital coloring, that it's a lot stronger than his traditional coloring because it's because he feels more free to experiment with his digital coloring, whereas his Copic marker colorings, I do like them. I think that there's like a coziness to them, but it did just kind of feel like the same shit every time, and I didn't get that sense that he was doing anything different over the years. But like he's able to, like, do, like, different cool effects with his digital coloring, and he's able to be more adventurous and bold with his choices there. As for, However, I think that his line art specifically has gotten a lot worse over the years. I think that if you compare his traditional line art with his digital line art, I would say that um it's I'm sorry, man, it's kind of lazy, like his digital line art, and I don't know how much of that is now he's got this just like this whole team pulling the dog sled that is Apple Black. So I don't know how much is him versus like him outsourcing the inking process. I will say one very interesting thing in Apple Black specifically, volume 1 specifically, you can like if you've pored over this book like I have, you can see you could tell which pages were added digitally versus the ones that he drew on paper 10 plus years ago. And it's one of those things that like once you see it, you cannot unsee it in Apple Black because there's so many little futzy little details and pages and scenes that he added that he retroactively added to this book. And I'm thinking of the Kobo edition. I don't know if it looks better on paper. I know like I was very fortunate. Last time I went to a bookstore, I saw Massive Multiplayer World of Ghosts, and I was just pumping my fist like fuck yeah, love this. And I was flipping through it, and and for whatever reason it like the art in that one did look a lot better on the page, and that's another series that I have poured over on this channel. So maybe like the traditional digital divide in Apple Black, maybe like with the texture of the paper, it all kind of blends together. I will say on an ebook though, it really stands out which pages were drawn in the like when it was serialized versus like, oh, he's adding this now to the final edition. But so white manga, so that excuse that tangent. As you can tell, this is gonna be this is gonna be my excuse to go on a bunch of different tangents about Apple Black. But yeah, so white manga's praising Pewds for doing his art journey. I know that was another hot topic was, oh my god, PewDiePie learned how to draw anime. Whoa, like there that was ArtTube hot topic. It's like, okay, yeah, man, I don't know, like I'm gonna sound like I'm just a little too cool to care. I know I'm gonna sound like a total fucking snot about this, but like, yeah, it's cool. This guy learned how to draw. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry it didn't register as the most amazing fucking thing to me.
And now here, exposing some of the secrets behind the anime studios that we all love and enjoy. And we're going to learn through him as he's a fan and he's sharing. It's similar to what I do on this channel. I learn stuff.
Yeah, you're just like PewDiePie, White.
Share with you guys. We've made mangas. We put it on several platforms, partner with web.
Several platforms.
It's in bookstores, video game coming, all that cool stuff.
Wow. Oh god, I'm so excited for their video game. Oh man, I hope Gato Akinishi's in there. I will main Gato Akinishi if he's in there. I don't care. I don't care if he's the worst character. He's my best boy. Oh gosh, if Gato's not in there, I don't know who I would. It's got to be someone from World of Ghosts. Because like the more I think about World of Ghosts, it's like the more I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I'm gonna get all tsundere. I don't want to say that I like it or anything, but it is like one of those series that I just keep thinking about. I think specifically because I had the experience of just literally going through panel by panel, and I think that like reading it out loud for the channel, I think that like helped solidify it better than if I had just read it on my own. I'll say like I want to write about this later. Maybe maybe I'll never write about it if I get the idea out now. I feel like because I went over that manga and I was just thinking about the art and I got a sense of Oscar Fong's art style and his approach and how he like shapes his world. I don't know why, but like something about that helped like just kind of helped character art click a little bit better for my own stuff. Is like a big arc of mine is because I've been very open about like, yeah, I use 3D, haha, I'm such a cheater. It's not so much that like I want to like move away from 3D or be like the friendship with 3D is over. I don't want to do that. But I know that I have a lot of weaknesses because I started with 3D and where like my character art structure is very bad and it's very clumsy. And so it is like, okay, so practice anatomy, try to do things without 3D so that way the 3D can supplement um the basis of the skill, and I need to level up that base skill. And this is going to sound very mean, and I'm very sorry to any World of Ghosts fans that might be sticking around on this channel that might accidentally click on this. But I felt like when I think about the character art in World of Ghosts, I get that sense of like, oh, I could draw this. And I know that is like the snootiest, most arrogant thing you could say. And so I do apologize because it is one of those like, yeah, I like the art in this, but like the more I thought about it, it's like, wait, I could do this. I could draw this. And like thinking of like how I'm sorry, this is so hard to explain, but thinking of how Oscar Fong, like how he shapes his characters and how they move panel to panel, and how like a lot of it is like the stylization that makes it look cool and not so much like the anatomy, but there's still a consistency underneath. Like, because I hear all the time like you need to study your anatomy, not just like directed at me, but like just in general is that's just the default advice of like, no, the anatomy. And that always like kind of just weirdly pissed me off because it's like, yeah, I don't go to art for the anatomy. Like there's a lot of artists that I read and it's not like, wow, this is just so anatomically sound. It's like I don't know, like so like that never like registered to me. And so when I look at World of Ghosts, and it is like there's some parts that are kind of janky, and I'm really sorry, I'm really not trying to be mean about it, um but to see that jank and how it all comes together and to see like, oh, this is this artist's individual style and these are the choices that they're making, it felt approachable. It made a lot of that very approachable and more accessible, I should say. I'll also say this, because I keep bringing up like I'm gonna steal Kato Akanishi. He's mine. Like I keep threatening, jokingly threatening that put down the phone, the hotline to your lawyers, your copyright lawyers, Saturday AM. But and I eventually like came to the conclusion like, okay, Gato Akanishi is a cool character because he exists in the world of Ghosts, where it's like a very anxious and hesitant protagonist, whereas Gato, every scene he just comes in guns ablaze and doesn't give a fuck, and it's so cool, and it's just such a breath of fresh air compared to how the other characters are interacting. So I'm like, okay, it's like I wouldn't be able to recreate that feeling unless I had a protagonist that kind of personality wise kind of sucks. But as like kind of a tribute to that character, and because that manga helped me like understand structure a little bit better, I in my upcoming one shot Remedial Magical Girl, for the Magical Girls form, I tried to kind of base it on Gato Akanishi's character design as like a little thank you. And hopefully it's legally distinct enough that nobody thinks I'm like making fun of them or I'm being a hater or anything like that. Because I do love that character, and I don't know, like World of Ghosts, it is like something that like it is weirdly growing on me, even if like when I read it I was like, this sucks, and I'm like huffing for like that entire 10-hour video where I read it. But okay, let's continue. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to in Saturday AM battle manga. Hopefully it's on Nintendo Switch. It's gonna be on Steam. I play on the Nintendo Switch and I have a Mac, so so I know that's not like there's not a lot of indie games made for Mac. There's starting to be more on Switch. But I know Steam is like the hub for small indie games. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Yeah, we'll we'll see what characters they got. We got the big four. Let's see, of the four, I'd probably play Asano. Yeah, yeah, Asano's cool. I don't know.
And it's kind of cool to learn and continue to, like, I always love to learn about all these things. There'll probably be a couple things here that I already know, but I'm sure there'll be a
What do you know about? Okay, so we're back to White Manga's video. White Manga talking about PewDiePie. Uh, yeah, we'll see what White Manga. What I wonder what he does know about animation studios, because my perception is that they I I he does. I feel like there's a lot of problems with the anime industry. I'll save that. I just went on a huge fucking tangent, so let's let White talk a little bit more.
be a bunch of stuff that I don't, and you guys don't as well. So it's always cool to
No, actually, but I know more than you, White. So I'll stop you right there.
learn through him as well as he's learning, kind of in his shoes. So shout out to him and getting the opportunity, but it makes all the sense in the world to me.
I wonder if Wit Studio like that's an interesting angle that White's coming at that like, oh, this is like a PR thing. Does Wit Studio need the PR from PewDiePie?
How to draw and was like, hey, let's have the suite over. But I was not just coming for a visit. I was actually coming to participate and draw myself.
Man's already an animator. You know, the world is your oyster, depending on how.
White Manga knows how to animate. What about you? What about you? Can you walk up to Wit Studio and be an animator?
How big you are on YouTube. You could be a boxer, rapper, have your anime, do video.
You're a rapper, White. You're a rapper. Wait. What was that? What was that list? What was that list? What was that list?
You know, the world is your oyster, depending on how big you are on YouTube. You could be a boxer, rapper, have your anime, do video game, I guess, technically. But obviously, my channel is not big. In fact, it's probably taking a hit in a couple of years. But
okay, so the world is your oyster, depending on how big your YouTube channel is. You could be a boxer, rapper, animator, anime. Okay. He's right. He's very, very right. Okay, I realized that he was just listing off like YouTuber career pivots. He wasn't speaking from the heart. I was like, wait, is because I had that reaction of like, wait, is White Manga talking about a secret boxing career? Because I know about his rap alter ego, Over 9,000. I know about that. It's like, do you have a secret boxing influencer career that I don't know about? Because oh god, that's my dream. Influencer boxing. You know what? When we both retire from manga, I'm gonna ask him to do some influencer boxing where we both shatter our wrists. Because it's like, hey, if we're both retiring from manga, might as well go out with a bang, right? So he's very right here. That if you have a big social media presence, yeah, you can use that to pivot to a lot of things. Like Corey Kenshin, how he just made his manga Monsters We Make. And people read that because they like that YouTuber. And so he's saying, he's including himself in that by the video game that he got, right? What about the manga? What about what I would say, like, your YouTube presence also led to Apple Black getting the fan base that it did. Okay.
You have a big following, regardless of where you are. You can do a lot of stuff. Hence why a lot of people are going online, and with vertical out there, it's kind of made it easier. You know, the barrier for entry is less daunting. You know, with the editing and all of that. All the apps are making it easy.
If it's less daunting, why does your mic sound like that? Dude, Dude, you gotta fix your mic. You cannot talk about like low barrier to entry and have your mic sound. Look, okay. Look, I'm gonna show you something. If you have a bad mic, if you have a bad mic, let me show you something. Let me Auphonic. Spelled Auphonic. Auphonic, okay? This is a good website for audio editing. Um I I believe, yeah, they use AI. I don't know how much of this is actual AI versus like we're gonna say we're AI as like a marketing thing. Um, I've heard that like some of the things that you can do this in Audacity if you know how to audio edit. I'll say that that this website specifically is very good at editing out background noises. Like if as you could see, I put my audio for my podcast about the manga Zephyr that I did on here, because when I passed the mic back and forth with Ricky, there was like a clickety clack sound every time we did that. It was so annoying, like listening back. So you can so it edited that out, and it also I use this a lot more when I was doing the Saturday Wars podcast, because hop on Discord with like 3 to 4 people, and everyone's got different mic quality, everyone's audio levels is different, and it would smooth it out very beautifully. And I know that specifically, if you know how to tinker in Audacity, you can that's like something that's a little easier to do. I just like Auphonic because it would also get rid of like any noises, like if somebody's mic quality was like a little um like if it had that kind of like kind of noise in it, it would smooth that out. Yes, use Auphonic if your mic sucks. If your mic is as bad as White Manga, use this website. I know I sound like a total ad. They're not paying me, okay? You get 2 hours free every month. After that, you got to pay up. So this will cover most YouTube happenings. And I would say that website, it's definitely worth it is worth paying up for the extra hours if you do make a lot of content where where you need to even it out. When I started YouTube, like before cuz like I do have the rule of like, okay, I only want to spend money on YouTube with like whatever I make my ad rev, which is nice. Again, thank you again for for commenting, liking, subscribing enough that I could get monetized. I do greatly appreciate that that I could get a little bit of money coming in for this silly little channel. But when I first started YouTube, um I used my laptop mic for the first few videos. I forgot when I bought my microphone, because I also had like I had like a shitty USB mic that I inherited from someone that like sounded worse than my laptop mic. Like I switched between those two. But yeah, when I was like doing like little 10-minute hot takes on cartoons and movies, like so Auphonic worked for that. So I would record on that and then run it through Auphonic, and I sounded less terrible. And now I don't really use it as much anymore. Like I said, that one for Zephyr, I plugged it through Auphonic. But yeah, that go to that. Don't be like White Manga, this YouTuber with 552,000 subs. Yeah, you could do better than this, okay?
Easier and easier for people to kind of come in. So it's difficult to get noticed and get your stuff out there, but it's still possible. It's very difficult, especially in a niche. Like if you want to create a manga, it kind of depends on what you want to do, but if you want to make manga, for instance, right, it's very difficult.
Okay, step one. Okay, so like with Corey Kenshin's Monsters We Make, I haven't heard a goddamn thing about this manga. There. Okay, I'm not going to repeat any of the conspiracy theories that he's faking any numbers. I'm not going to say any of that, but I will say that it doesn't matter what what was in the book for Monsters We Make, because Corey Kenshin is a huge YouTuber. So whatever book he printed, people would buy it. I mean, that's the other thing. It's like with YouTubers making manga specifically, it it is like once you hit a certain level of like once your followers are big enough, they're yeah, like people will just buy your shit. Which and then from there it's like if you have a good, because it's like, okay, the volume 1 of any series that will be the most popular no matter what. So it really is just like up to you, like okay, if volume 1 is good enough to inspire people to buy a volume 2. But like that's the other thing. I like there's a lot of manga that I absolutely love that I've only bought volume 1 for. Where it's not even like a personal thing. It's like sometimes just like for whatever reason I just haven't gotten around to volume 2 yet. But for manga though, it is like a, okay, well, if you just make a good manga, like this is going to be the most simplified, reductive explanation, but like if you just make a good manga, people keep buying your manga, and you don't have to rely on the personality aspect. But yeah, but yeah, I'm curious what's White's
to stand out, because you're not just going to be compared with other manga stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to be compared and competing with all kinds of content on the site. But back to this.
But you're going to be compared to other kinds of content. True. That's true. Yeah, I think I think that is that is partially like why I am like excited for different like YouTubers making manga. even if I'm like a total fake fan who hasn't read Monsters We Make. I'm just happy to see manga grow as an art form. And I'm happy that more people are making manga, and I'm happy that this is spreading. Yeah, like like I would like I would rather I would rather have somebody pay $20 for a Saturday AM manga than $20 to go see a new Marvel movie. I guess that's kind of like where my mindset is, like, even if, you know, I have my critiques of Saturday AM, whatever. But I am just happy that this art form is growing, and I do want to further that. I want to push that. That is my agenda. But yeah, like, but to be like, okay, step 1, become a YouTuber, become a popular YouTuber, and step 2, make a manga, step 3, profit. That is the trajectory for a lot of these.
If this doesn't go well, I'll be banned from anime.
Oh no.
You distract them, and I'll just run into the woods and live there for the rest of my life if this doesn't go well. I don't know why, I'm really nervous. First off,
yeah, I hope he doesn't go to the S word forest. Oh no. I hope it wasn't a joke about that I missed.
I got to meet with the board of directors
Ooh.
and the creators. A bit of cultural explanation here. Japan is very formal business-wise, no matter what. You wear a business suit and a tie. Everyone looks the same in the business industry. So the fact that these guys pull up in Attack on Titan t-shirts and their goofy attitude, I absolutely love.
Aw, that's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm trying to... Now let me interject. Yeah, I'm trying to think back, like, the editor meetings I've had. Yeah, it is very much a you gotta dress up kind of occasion.
These guys were awesome.
Okay, yeah, that Nozaki-kun joke where where like he's like, there's like a joke in Nozaki-kun where he's frantically cleaning his room, and they're like, ooh, Nozaki-kun, is a girl coming over? He's like, no, I'm meeting with my editor. I wouldn't sweat this much over a girl. That is like me for real. Like, I have never put so much effort into my appearance than when I sat down to meet with editors. Otherwise, slot bibs on 24/7, coming soon to my Redbubble.
Okay. So, which anime have you worked in the past?
進撃の巨人、アタックオンタイタン。
I'm glad. I'm glad we got that live translation. Man, where did White go? He's not nodding along to it. He's not going to be. Yes, I know Shinjeki no Kyojin. Yes. He's not gonna do that for us. Come on, White. Come on. I need you here. I need you here to hold my hand through this.
Oh, super.
What studio would I love to engage in?
Ooh, are we gonna get a definitive answer here? Ooh la la. Ooh, he has said before, like for Apple Black, he said how he wants like he said, like, oh, I don't care which studio as long as it's good. And it's like, bro, like One Punch Man's newest season wasn't good. Like what do you mean by that? Oh man. Oh. Well,
China is cooking right now.
Oh yeah.
It just looks so sick, right? But if it looks,
which Chinese anime are you thinking of, White? I'm very curious.
Looks good. At the end of the day, I don't care too.
No! You had a chance to say something. No. you No, I want you to name names. I want you to pick a favorite anime studio. No, you are going to look like a fake fan if you cannot name me one Chinese anime studio. Name me one Chinese anime if you're going to say, oh, China's been cooking lately. Okay, what, how? Like, it's this mealy-mouthed, not wanting to make a statement and appease everyone. Like, this shit drives me insane. No. Look, I'm not gonna act like, oh, we're auctioning off the anime rights to Annie App Animal Apartment. Well, I only accept this one. I only accept this anime. I'm not gonna act like that, okay? I know what he's doing here. I know, like, if he goes on record saying, like, Studio Trigger's the GOAT, they're my favorite, then it's gonna look pretty fucking slimy if he partners with someone else. I know that much. I know. I know that I could see that angle, but look, here's the thing. You could like multiple anime studios, like, like, are you following the trajectory of any anime studios? Are like how engaged with the Sakuga are you? Like,
much, as long as it looks good and it gets the beats right.
As long as it looks good. I mean, like, that was the whole thing with, like, A1 Pictures. I haven't kept up with them lately, but that was, like, their whole deal was, like, it's gonna look like an anime. and they did, and they delivered that it just looks like an anime. Some look more like some look more, like, well polished than others. Like, this bar is in hell. Like,
right. And the music and the cinematography and the direction and all of that is cool, and it enhances the IP overall. I'm not that picky, Beggars can't.
He did add, White Manga did add, he did add, let's see. He's got so many fucking links. I don't know what to click. Oh my god. Read Apple Black on Webtoons. Yes, right here. For the Apple Black on Webtoons, he added music to it. I don't get it. I don't get why. I guess this is like a Webtoon thing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna sound like a fucking boomer, but like, why does a comic need need music? I won't play. But look, you see a little music note next to it. Old Garth, 6 years ago. Are we gonna do an Apple Black catch up? Oh boy. No. Oh god, I know he added some, like, he just added that on his he just on his YouTube community page. He was saying how he added a new scene to the Webtoons version of Apple Black. Oh, whoopsie. I gotta make sure nobody sees the super secret members post. Last one 5 months ago, so I'll just yeah. um he was saying how the webtoons version of Apple Black is a little restructured. Um so he added this new scene. Um I don't so much shit that he's adding. I'm just like okay, when I officially lose my mind, I want to break down the difference between Apple Black original run, the Quarto edition, and the webtoon edition. Oh god. I I'm looking back. I see it calling to me, but I found a cursed artifact recently. I found a cursed artifact at at the used bookstore. I found the first printing of Apple Black. The one that compiles the chapters that were in the original serialized run. And I haven't opened it yet because oh god, I know it's gonna send me into a fucking spiral. I know I'm not gonna be like able to be normal about this, but like there are three distinct versions of Apple Black. It's just like, bro, like why? I also say interesting that he's not for this as long as the anime studio's good, I don't care who animates. Interesting that he's not saying whoever animates Apple Black, because that's always his eye on the prize has been like, get Apple Black anime. He is wearing an Apple Black shirt, so maybe he's being a little subtle about it now. Just imprint in our minds Apple Black the anime as he wears his Apple Black shirt and talks about getting an anime, so us viewers could subconsciously connect the dots.
Can't be choosers. So one anime episode could cost like $300,000, $400,000, $500,000.
Oh God. It's like it's another whiteism. It's like it's just not just like he has this weird thing that he does with numbers. I'm sorry. Like, this is my derangement syndrome, like picking up on these little speech patterns. This is the most like I know if I could start breaking this down, this is like the ultimate touch grass. I'm gonna touch my nature imagery and pretend like I'm touching grass and going outside. But it is like 300,000, 400,000, possibly 500,000. Like the way that he approaches numbers, it's like 6, possibly 7. Like the way he talks about it, it's like he has this power scaling brain rot where everything is this gradual announcement of like, oh, it's over 9,000. God, I love him so much. Oh, White, I'm so glad you're a YouTuber. I'm so glad you're a full-time YouTuber, White. Oh God.
Per episode, right? So I'm not too picky on things. This is like a perfect world where I have that much freedom as to what studio is going to play a role in that. And it would be so cool if I could be in the producer seat a little bit, or consulting, or just kind of see behind the scenes.
I'll also say this. He's wanted an anime for a long time. Like that's the goal of his manga. I think, or maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I don't know his goals at all. Maybe his goal of Apple Black is to usher in a new era of world peace, where everyone sings Kumbaya and gets along. But maybe, but like he's referred to this a lot with his manga, that like he needs, like he's gunning for that anime adaptation, and I really don't get that. I really do not understand when you make a manga with the mindset of someday I'm going to get an anime. I don't like that. And I think that it can be like, it is definitely a reason to celebrate when your manga gets an anime adaptation. Like hell, like celebrate when you get that audio drama. Like, like definitely that's a good goal to strive for, to be like, hey, I want an anime someday. But I do feel like with Apple Black, it feels like that is overriding, like, making an Apple Black as a franchise. I feel like that is overriding the desire just to make the manga itself. this is some real like hipsterish like, man, you're not in it for the art, man. Like I know how I fucking sound. I know I sound like such a fucking killjoy, but like I feel like they're like, come on, we like, let's be real. There is a difference between like, hey, it'd be cool if I got an anime someday versus like your fans constantly commenting, someday we're gonna get that anime, and seeing it as this goal for your product instead of like just admiring the product for yourself. Like, man, he's pushing that video game pretty hard. Like, I feel like wanting an anime that hard, it's sellout behavior. I mean, I'll say that. Like, and so just like in this constant need, like this constant like daydreaming of like, oh, I'm gonna get an anime someday, and wanting an anime and feeling like I do wonder why, like, as an artist, if you want an anime, why are you not an animator? I know that is hardcore simplifying it, but like he's shown he can like he animated that gay little walk cycle with Sano. So I just don't understand, like, why not make an animatic? Why not, like, you can make an anime. I really don't understand. Like, yeah, okay, professional level anime, like, yeah, hire a studio. It's gonna cost money. I get that. And like in making a TV pilot, yeah, that's a huge fucking undertaking. But like but just this like constant daydreaming of like, someday that anime's gonna be mine. Like I just don't vibe with it, because like it just feels incongruent with the product that you're making. And while it's like, yeah, a lot of manga do become anime, it's like they become anime because they're good manga. Like, where it's just like, yeah, the focus should be make a good manga. And I feel like with this like just like this bloodlust that they have for like, okay, we're gonna get an anime, and you know, we already got the video game, we're gonna make a fucking card game, like all of this like tie-in bullshit. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Just make your goddamn manga. Like, oh, just sucks. Like, I want more manga. I don't want more anime. I want more people buying manga. I don't want people to buy your fucking Steam game. I take that back. I'm gonna buy your fighting game. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, like with this like indie animation boom on YouTube, I like, now's the time, dude. Like, if you want an anime, just make your anime, man. Like you do not have to ask for permission. You do not have to work with a studio. I mean, like, just look at like Pretty Please I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl. That one's mostly storyboards. Like it's like, I don't know, like people want to see that. Like I think that you know, with the success of other indie things like Digital Circus, just people are just like really into indie cartoons right now. Where it's like, yeah, even if you only have the resources to do like a one-man project where you're just doing the storyboards, people still watch it. Like, I mean, it's just not that unreasonable. And so to like, to have this far off goal, it just, I don't want to I don't want to sound like, oh, you'll never get an anime. I'm not saying that. I'm not being that much of a hater. But it just I just can't, like, to not have that clear roadmap of like, how am I gonna do this? It's just very different from how I approach art and manga making, where it's just where to see it as like, um like, yeah, like, okay, I made my point. You if you want an anime, you can make your fucking anime.
The scenes so I can learn myself a lot of the trade behind the scenes, but just to make sure it's good and have the right people behind it and the right studio based off of the work that they've done prior. Madhouse is pretty good. Bones.
Okay, finally, we're getting an answer to anime studios that he likes. Thank you. That's what I wanted.
Is pretty good. But like I said, I'm not too picky. I actually get this question a lot from you guys.
Yeah, because you've like conditioned your fan base to salivate over the thought of getting an anime. That's why you get that question.
And Mappa is pretty good. And wait, you thought about, I know, as long as it looks really good and the plans for it are good and the people involved understand.
Oh my god, this is such a fucking non-answer. What specifically about these studios do you like? Like, is there any like directors or animators there? Because I'll say this. I would want okay. I mentioned A1 Studios at the start because of Asterisk Wars. So first of all, I think it would be very funny if my light novel got adapted by A1 Studios and I got an A1 Studios light novel adaptation. But I love Rasmus Faber as a musician, and I think that if that's like that is my pie in the sky goal, is not just like I like anime studio, there's a lot of them. But I would want Rasmus Faber to do some kind of music with my anime. If we're talking about big anime dreams, that would be the goal, because I love his soundtrack so much, and I believe all of his anime soundtracks have been for A1 Pictures. So that would be my angle. It's like, yeah, I want A1 Pictures because I'm after the white whale that is Rasmus Faber, because I've simped for him so hardcore.
And what I'm trying to achieve with the piece and find ways to even enhance it and do it better. I'm not even so picky about it being a one-to-one with the manga. I'm open.
Good. Because look, even your webtoon wasn't one-to-one with the manga, so I'm glad that you're open-minded like that, White.
To changes and iterations in the adaptation regardless of the form. Kind of like with webtoon.
Oh, God. I said that to be mean. I didn't think... I said that to be mean, but like in a joking way. YouTube don't strike me.
A slight, subtle is pretty much still the same thing, but slight changes.
I don't know, man. Like, okay, here's a change. Here's a change. Here's a change from the Quarto edition of Apple Black with the Webtoon edition. Okay, in the Quarto edition, Opal Wantmore, the character, she shows up in chapter 2 of the Quarto edition, right? Instead, they've rearranged this so this meet in the Webtoon version, she shows up much earlier in the story, and then they change it so that Opal is now in class with everyone in Sano's first day of school. So if you look in the background, Opal, depending on the version, Opal is either there or not. I would say like it's like little things like that where it's just like, okay, which version of this is the canon event? And I'm working under the assumption that whichever version of Apple Black is the most recent is the most canon one. But it's like little like that's just one off the top of the dome. It is like it's just so frustrating seeing like the ship of Theseus like just being built before my eyes, but it's a manga.
Here and there for that more vertical scroll, so it's not just
okay. No. It's not just oh, we're gonna redo it for vertical scroll. No, like there's a lot of like integral parts to the plot that have been rearranged.
The visual look to it being changed, but just the little tiny details here and there if you read it, especially in the early episodes for it. And for me, anime is no different. You see it in Invincible as well, the changes they make with the animation versus the comic book, live action, The Boys compared to
I wonder if he'll list any anime to manga changes, because I am starting to suspect that White Manga has stopped reading manga. Which I know that is a very bold claim, but if you pay attention to the media that he references, it's all like very mainstream Western stuff. So I'm starting to think he has fallen out of love with manga and he just kind of stopped reading it. So we'll see. So we've got Invincible, The Boys. What's this third example going to be?
To the comic book. I'm not, too much of a stickler. I would want it to be as close as possible. And if there is a
okay, all right, nothing else for adaptation changes. I will also say, to White's credit, I believe it was Uega Art. He did a video on what it was like working as an assistant on Apple Black, and Uega art. Yeah, I'll plug that video. It was very interesting. I'm surprised I'm surprised that uh they let him publish it. Manga assistant. How I became a manga assistant. Yeah.
And today I'll be going over my experience.
And what was interesting was it seems like White is very like he works with people's skill levels, and he here, it's how I became a manga assistant if you want that behind the scenes. Um he works with people's skill levels, and he's not too picky with like for like asking for redos. And cuz like White Manga understands that how to like keep the production process going. And so that's pretty cool. Let's see any hot comments. All right. Well, nothing there. I think the thing is though, I don't think you need that many manga assistants to make one manga. It's like that's the other thing, like when White said, like it was like on another React Slop video I did for White Manga, was he like he said like, oh, chip into my Patreon so I can pay my assistants more. I don't I don't get that. Where like the intent is like, oh, help me grow the empire by donating to my Patreon. I look, I know there's assistance at all production levels. I just don't understand, like, hey, I need like the reason for a patron. Again, I'm gonna be a total fucking hipster, but like ideally a Patreon should help like eliminate the barriers between you and you making art. Like, hey, less hours at the day job, less hours doing YouTube Slop, like, so that way I could just focus on me making art, and so I can make my art. Instead, it's like I want a bigger Patreon, so I could be a boss. It's like, I really don't like that. I really, really do not like that attitude. Look, I know I know manga assistants. I know that's part of life. I know that's part of the production process. But to be like, hey, that's the reason for my Patreon, I think that's kind of slimy. I don't like that. But like, hey, Oega, he said he had a good time. And I've really only heard good things from the Apple Black assistants. I can't say that for all Saturday AM productions, but he does seem like if you are looking for that kind of internship, that does seem like a good one to go to.
A change. I want the change to really make sense. And sometimes some of the changes might be a business decision, depending on how many episodes.
Was it a business decision to so graciously give all of your Patreon dollars away to your assistants? Was that a business decision?
It gets really complicated.
Oh,
but I'm not too picky as long as it looks super stellar. Like,
again, with like this fetishization of like the fidelity of art, that also kind of just makes me fucking nuts.
Peak. And then the animation is good, and the mission and principle of the story is still alive.
What is the principle of the story of Apple Black? Because I think the intent with Apple Black is that it's about stopping the cycle of violence. I think that is what White Manga wants to convey with Apple Black. Now, whether or not he's successful with that message is a way different story. I would argue no. And that's, God, I really love talking about Apple Black. I just like, there's just so much about it that like that just really like just get just like gets the neurons firing. It just gets my two brain cells ping ponging around in this empty skull of mine. It is like, it's just a very fascinating case study of a manga, like that, like, because I'm like, okay, like that's like an essay I could, I'm gonna sound like a real ideas guy here, but that's an essay I could write, is how Apple Black fails its anti-violence themes. I also, God, this is another one, is Opal Wantmore's flimsy characterization because this character was added so late in the game, how like a lot of things reinforce her status as a non-character, which I know that's I know that's a pretty bold statement, but it does feel like she's just a very flimsy character, but we're all made to believe that she is very important, and she's written in that way because she was added so haphazardly into this book. Like you know, if you flip through the first version of Apple Black, she does not appear at all. Second edition, there she is, and everyone's talking like they give this character the Poochie syndrome. I know I've talked about this before, but everyone like when Opal Watmore's not on screen, everyone should be asking where's Opal, and the reason they do that is because she just did not exist in like the first printing of this book, and to add a character like to go from like the serialized, like she wasn't in the serialized version and now she's here, it's like that's a pretty bold move. And where it is like it is one of those like I guess you could do that. Like I asked around like, hey, has this ever happened? Like, because I generally don't read manga week to week. Like I just wait for the tankobon releases. So I asked around, and apparently Berserk kind of did this where like there's like a side character that the protect. I haven't read Berserk. I'm very sorry if this is wrong, but apparently there's like a character in Berserk that like was just kind of in the background ish, but then they added more scenes in the final version. Apparently, hopefully I'm not spreading misinformation on the internet. But like, yeah, but that's like kind of how they made this character, like how they forced this character into this story was just by having everyone be like, whoa, it's Opal Watmore. And then when she's not around, whoa, I wonder where Opal is, like as like a way to establish her presence, because she does not organically have relationships in the school system. So that's like a way to make her relevant. But then there's other things that reinforce that, like the fact that her, like she has a wand and the wand's ability is copying other people's ability. So it's like, it's the most like, your character is nothing if like if the point is like, oh, she's just going to reflect onto others. Like, well, like so you're just further establishing that there's no reason for her to be here. And it sucks. Okay.
In a great way. So it could be wit.
Okay,
but,
it could be.
A lot of times in my head, I'll be thinking Madhouse, Studio Trigger.
Ooh,
shoot, not that picky about it. China.
I'm sure Trigger's just like they're waiting for the call from you, White.
China is a sleeping giant when it comes to this.
Okay, but which Chinese studios, which Chinese animes have you watched, White? Which ones? Or are you just like scrolling through Twitter and you see like a cool gif of like, wow, that's from a Chinese anime? Because I honestly think that is the most he's engaged with anime at that point. It's just whatever the fuck rolls into his Twitter feed and he says, wow, cool. Like that. I am like, I feel myself metamorphosizing into like the ultimate douchebag hipster, but like, I really think that you need, like, if you're going to participate in an art, you need to make some effort to engage with it. Like, you can't like, yeah, I'm going to sound like a fucking gatekeeper here, but like, if that's like, if like most of your media consumption is like Western stuff, it's like, I don't know if you're interested in making a manga. If the only like comic to anime adaptation you could think of is Invincible, and like the way they changed it, it's like I don't know, man. Like like just kind of phony, dude.
Stuff.
Oh, right, I forgot. It was a PewDiePie video we were watching with White.
Okay.
Can you tell how much I am nervous about the drawing bit? I knew I was gonna draw with the other animators, the warm-up drawing session, but I was dying on the inside, okay?
It's pretty cool that he's gone there and learned Japanese, at least as much as he can, to be able to kind of not get lost in conversation. I've always thought about those kind of things and what actually mattered to me, because going to Japan, I'd love to work in some kind of collaborative effort with like a Shonen Jump or any of these animation studios and things like that. And obviously knowing the cultures, knowing how to speak the language, all those little details come in handy. But I always knew what mattered to me most was just telling the story and not necessarily being published by Shonen Jump or any of the other publishers out there in Japan. It was more about telling the story regardless of where it is and just making sure the most amount of people get to read it and enjoy the IP. Not that much. And I'm very happy being, part of the founders of Saturday AM. But it did cross my mind very early on in the beginning, like, I'm going to go to Japan and do this and do that. But then, you look at the logistics and the reality of what needs to happen if you're going to make that happen. You got a few people that made it happen, like a Felipe Smith who got his book published over there. But I realized that's not really what I want to do, right? As you
Respectfully, this does sound like some sour grapes. This is something that I know will not happen. I know will not happen. But I would love to have for White Manga to make like him like finish up his cowboy one shot that he teased last year. Okay, if you're new here, last year he was streaming that he was making a new one shot, and then he only got to like planning the characters and like taking notes, and he didn't actually draw any fucking manga, and that made me kind of nuts because it's like, dude, it's a one shot. What do you mean? Like, it's a one shot, dude. It shouldn't take you more than a month. Like, what the fuck's the holdup here? But like he only got to his meticulous note taking for his cowboy one shot, and I would love to have him submitted on different manga publishing amateur manga websites. That's the other thing. For websites like Manga Lab and Days Neo, you do not have to be an amateur. There are people who are like between publishers who will put their stuff on there. I would love to see White Manga get like him like stream like an editor feedback review for his manga. Because like I don't know what an editor would say about his manga. Like if because I've certainly had my critiques for his page layout and composition and things. Like I don't know if maybe that's all like a non-issue, and an editor would be like, wow, this looks great. But I would love to see like what a Japanese editor would say about his manga. And as far as like him being like, oh, I wanted to work with Shonen Jump, but it's better now. I don't think that's I think he would still work with Shonen Jump if he had the chance, because let me pull up his Patreon. Fuck, I can't find it. I'm sorry. But it was for one of his one of his one shots that he published on here, and it was from like forever ago, and he had this like, oh, I made this for a Shonen Jump thing, and it didn't go anywhere, but one of the Shonen Jump editors followed me on Twitter, so haha, who knows, something might happen, haha, like, and where he does always like to like give that little yeah, like, I got noticed by Jump Senpai, like he does that a lot, and where it is like it's just one of those like, okay, man, like do you want to be with Shonen Jump or not? Like it's just kind of corny, I guess. I guess that's my big critique is like him being like, oh, well, I could, like, oh God, I'm like, I'm getting like out of breath. Like, oh God, where's my water? Oh, the corniness. Oh. Okay. Like, let's be real. He would work with Shonen Jump if he had the chance. Um, I can't see. Look. Only White knows what's in his heart. That you know what? So I can't we can't say for certain. But there's no way that that if somebody from Shueisha wanted to work with him, that he'd be like, sorry, bucko, I'm with Saturday AM. That and like he didn't white like I don't want to like dig too deep or be like, no, you can only stay loyal to one company at a time. Ooh, like but like he didn't publish Apple Black with Saturday AM originally. So that's like another thing. Like the whole Webtoons deal, I gotta. It's like, okay, you want to get it out to as many people as possible. That you said and that's part of the Webtoons deal is, okay, then like put it on pirating websites. Don't freak out when people read your stuff on pirating websites. Like if that is the goal, like like do that. Put it on Nami Comics. Like if pirating is a bad look, like there's like to say like, oh well, I want to get it out to as many people as possible. Like I feel like that's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but that's what he says.
Smith, who got his book published over there.
Oh yeah, Felipe Smith. Pipo Cho. Yeah, he was one of the first. I wonder, can you name any other international artists that have been published in Japan, White? Do any other come to mind, White? God.
But I realized that's not really what I want to do. Right?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad that what you really want to do, that it's something that you haven't really tried that hard at. Like, so I'm glad.
What your goals truly are when you start being honest with yourself.
And I'm not honest with myself. I'm not, because I'm not really gonna sell an Itadakimasu bib on my Redbubble. I don't even have a Redbubble.
I like Japan. I still haven't visited Japan, and that's going to be on the list. Maybe I'll share it on the channel.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Him being about like learning Japanese. I always gotta like interject with this. You don't have to know Japanese to make manga or be published in Japan. I'd say like with Felipe Smith, if you don't know who Felipe Smith is, I think he was published in the 90s or early 2000s. He's definitely one of the first international mangaka, as in international, as in did not live in Japan, was published in Japan. So I think for Felipe Smith, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, he learned Japanese working at a Japanese restaurant, and with that he was able to apply to Japanese magazines, and then he got his manga serialized. The last I checked, and I'm very sorry if I'm wrong, apparently he stopped working in Japan. He no longer makes manga in Japan, and he now last I checked, he was doing like working with American Comics and working with Nickelodeon, I believe, for like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. I might be totally wrong. I'm very sorry if I am, but he had this like, but yeah, People Cho, I believe that lasted 2 or 3 volumes, 2, possibly 3, to use white manga's parlance. But he's spoken Felipe Smith has spoken very openly that that the manga industry was just too much, and that it was just brutal, like the working hours. So he's like, fuck this. And sorry to editorialize on a story I barely know, but that's why he stopped working there. But nowadays I'd say especially, like, you don't have to know Japanese. And I know Boichi, the Dr. Stone artist, he's spoken very openly about this, that listen to Boichi. You don't have to listen to me, but you should listen to Boichi. Like, but he said how but he said how, like, just hire a translator. That's what I did, and I'm like, because Boichi also, he debuted pretty early in the international manga game, but he said hire a translator, and then if you're a real piece of shit like me, you don't even need to hire someone. Look, again, I'm gonna say it every chance I get. When I'm rolling in the money and I can start giving away my Patreon bucks, then yes, I'll start hiring translators again.
When I get to do so, but going to Japan and living in Japan and just being published in Japan, that wasn't really what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was tied to comics per se. And honestly,
okay, but what about here? I'm gonna do my whataboutism. What about the UAE government? What about that? Did you ever want to work with that? Did you ever plan on partnering with them? Do you have it in your heart to spread manga style to Abu Dhabi? Was that always in your heart, White Manga?
He's telling my story. Comics.
I'm gonna work that in every chance I get. By the way, because I still don't think this is like a well-known thing about white manga. So yes, I am going to shoehorn that in every time until like until like the comment section is just ablaze with, hey, how's the weather down in Abu Dhabi, White?
Was just the best way for
me. No,
don't
that's a joke. Don't comment shit like that. Don't bother him. Like we're here to observe and report.
To do it. If I was like a stellar animator, I probably would have just started doing that from jump. But I like.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, okay, so he said he never had it in his heart to go to Japan, live in Japan, and all that. Okay, I mean, I believe you. I mean, I believe you. If the only if you could only think of like Invincible and The Boys when it comes to recent TV shows. Okay, so if you were an animator, you have done animations. You are an animator, White, but okay.
Telling my story, comics was just the best way for me to do it.
Okay.
If I was,
I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, I don't think he's. Again with my like hipsterism, like I really don't think he's interested in making manga. I know that is a wild fucking loaded statement, but I don't think he's interested in the craft of manga. I think he just has like the cool anime scenes of Apple Black that he wants to get out into the world, and he wants to be regarded as the guy that made Apple Black, not like a master mangaka. I think he would rather be seen as that visionary than just putting his head down and making Apple Black. I know that sounds like me being such a hater, but yeah, I do think that yeah, like he's about to say like, oh, if I was into animation, I'd just do that. Yeah, I kind of believe that. And hopefully like you, the listener, hopefully you will see where I'm coming from when I say that. Cause I make a lot of one shots. And so like, and I have that like kind of more directionless where it's like, okay, I don't really care what my one shot's about. Like I just need to make one shots. Like, and so a lot of my process is, looking at different, manga contests and what editors are looking for and working around that to try to level up my manga ability rather than feeling like, oh, I have this story that I need to get out. I'll say like for the Dojin market at Manga Ichiba, that is a story that I want to tell, and I think that will be the best venue or platform. I don't know what word to use, but best place to do it. But okay, let's say Manga Ichiba burns down. Hopefully it doesn't. Let's say I get kicked out. I don't know. I'm just gonna go on with my life. I'm not gonna be so attached to. I need to get this story out, and that is like that is partially why I am just so into Apple Black and white manga, because we philosophically are so opposite, and it is fascinating seeing someone who is just so wildly different from me but participating in the same art form, and not just like another mangaka, because like I feel like I can like I can relate. Like if you give me any manga, I feel like because I make manga, I can just inherently just relate to a story told in a manga better than any other art form. Um, whereas I hate watching movies. Like my arc where I was like trying to be a movie reviewer. I think that, like I'm thinking back to like all the movies that I watched. There was only like just like could probably count on one hand the ones that I actually liked, and of those, I don't think I wrote like reviews of them for YouTube. Um, but yeah, that's why like White fascinates me, is because he just thinks so differently from me, and it's just weirdly fascinating to read his manga and to get this like philosophy that is just on a completely different planet from anything I've experienced. And yeah, you could say I'm a hater, I don't care. Um because I mean I kind of am. But um I think that I think that for God, where the fuck was I going with this? Yeah, for for Apple Black, it's yeah, it's very different. It's very different from what I'm used to, what I could. Yeah, okay, yeah, that was what I was going with. Um, I don't think it's bad to have like, oh, I have this particular story, like this is my dream story. I need to tell this story. I think that's good. I think it's good to have that emotional attachment to your art. I think that the fact that I'm just so eager to throw things away, I think that's bad. But I think that I want to inch more people towards my mindset. I want to show people like, hey, don't get so caught up in the one itis. And I think Apple Black is kind of showing a little of the one itis. That was something that I greatly admire about martial arts from Lume Bento. During my time working with Lume Bento, was he like at the time we had like martial arts was he was running, I forgot if it was a light novel or a manga, and so we this was before Penguin Boy. So I think I think he started Penguin Boy about the time I left Lume Bento, but um yeah, I mean given the hot secrets. Yeah, but um so like at the time there was I had my light novel, there was another light novel author, and then martial arts had his, I forgot if it was a light novel or manga, but yeah, it was a manga. Sorry. Um but he was looking at all of the series under Lume Bento, and he so it was more than just those three. I should clarify, but he was looking at all the series and he saw how, okay, we have those three are all fantasy series. So he made the decision of like, I am going to cancel my own series because I don't want that to be the specific image of the company, and I don't want it to be too oversaturated with one genre. Which like blew my mind that that he would end his own series for that sake. And I've always thought that that was something very cool, that like that he's able to um that he's able to like observe the greater situation and make that kind of call. Um, uh, and I don't think everyone would be able to do that. Like, that's definitely a very hard choice. And luckily, I think because that series went away, that led to Penguin Boy, and Penguin Boy fucking rocks. Everyone should go read Penguin Boy. Anyway,
I was like a stellar animator. I probably would have just started doing that from jump.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
like comics.
But okay, again, respectfully. You could still make your indie cartoon. You could still do storyboards and make your indie cartoon.
And it was what I was fit to do at the time, and that's what's led me to this point. But it's really cool to see those who want to do it just get up and go to Japan and do all this stuff. It's still admirable.
go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Whoa. Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
The legendary 18-second animation cut.
This legendary scene in particular.
Because, you know, I haven't seen, it's been half of season 3 and season 4 of Attack on Titan. And I know
Jesus Christ, dude. Adjust your mic, man. Like, okay, so White Manga is saying, I haven't seen seasons 3 and 4 of Attack on Titan. Okay, cool. I'm glad that we know what you haven't seen. He is just very quick to see. Now I'm back to the hater energy has re-entered my body. He's very quick to clarify what he hasn't consumed, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's such a weird way of commenting on something but not saying anything, instead of being like, hey, I fucking love season 1, instead of saying anything like that. Oh my god. Okay.
Mappa was responsible for the earlier seasons of Titan. At that time, it always looked terrible.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this fucking blaring orchestral music as White is trying to talk. Oh my god. I don't know if I should because here's another part of my off-phonic plug is yes, it can remove it can remove music in the background, which is very nice. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to run this episode through off-phonic because I don't want to get that copyright strike. I'm assuming Pewds got got permission to play whatever the fuck he wanted in his video, but I don't know if White Manga's gonna.
You can probably tell what's so special about it. There's no cuts. They told me initially this was supposed to be 3 cuts, but the director just came in and decided to go Super Saiyan and was like, no
man, White's really mugging it up for the camera. Like, oh yeah, he really gets it.
Cuts.
エバラさんが自ら言ったので
As you guys know.
Oh, wait, let's. So I'm making the lesbian sign.
Super Saiyan and was like, no cuts.
エバラさんが自ら言っ
Yeah, I see that.
たので
As you guys know, I've done a little bit of animation here on the channel, and so I know how it feels, especially when I get it right. And it's clear why there is a team involved.
It's the most recent animation you've had on your channel, White, is that fucking AI art animation. I don't know why you published that. I already gave my thoughts on that, but God, fuck you for posting that.
You guys want to know more about the process, which I'm going to be learning more here. I have several videos on the channel that kind of break down the process to get animation made.
Okay, but why should I listen to you if you haven't made your own cartoon? Okay,
but every studio kind of has slight differences here and there, and I'm sure White is no different.
Oh yeah.
No one has expected this much of work to be done.
Oh, really?
So when everyone was checking the animation, they were saying that Mr. Ibarra is crazy. One word. Not awesome, it's crazy.
Crazy.
You do.
Maybe you have to be crazy to work on anime then.
That's a very mild joke, but I do sincerely agree with that. I do think that you have to have some kind of mental illness to make manga and anime. Because it's like, if everyone around you is saying hey, this is a very grueling, demanding art form. It works people to death. It's for antisocial weirdos, loners, losers, and you go, fucking cool, sign me up. I mean, there's something wrong with you. I am including myself there.
I love how they emphasize just how crazy this was. This sort of move not only did
crazy
to push the whole studio.
So this is the guy that White Manga's been simping for. I don't want to sound too fucking jealous, but bro, no personality.
But he pushed the whole industry as a whole.
I don't know. I don't want to. I guess this is a good enough onboarding for what's an anime to the normies, but whatever. But if it's basic ass here's how, let's take a tour of the studio. I guess that's a pretty good for normie YouTube. I'm just well, White, you know a little bit more than normie YouTube. You this isn't for you, right? Unless you're just simping so hard for PewDiePie that that you need to consume this. Oh God, fuck, man, I'd love to see him react to Manban.
Seeing the original drawings for it in person, how this was all made and thought out, was seriously so sick. Then I was introduced to every department in the animation studio, and first up was director of color design. I gotta be honest, I never really thought about colors that much. We looked at the character color design for Attack.
I don't either. That's why I make manga.
On Titan. Seeing the raw drawing and then just it come to life with the color was so cool. It really makes you realize just how important color is.
Yeah, wow.
Obviously. But not only that, we got to...
Oh, man. This is oh, Jesus Christ. When's White going to start talking again? God, this guy's more boring than White.
See how it's drawn, different colors, if it's twilight or sunset or night or day. All this made a huge difference.
All the times. They got all of them.
And it just looked perfect. I don't know how to describe it. I will say this a lot in this video, but every single frame, someone has to color it. And seeing him do it, this is unbelievable. Wow. You might have noticed the raw image here has red and blue lines on it. That's basically a marker for them, what is highlight and what is shadow.
Yeah,
Some industry and knowledge for you guys.
Dude, White, you gotta give me something, White. I don't want a copyright strike because I'm watching PewDiePie and not reacting. Come on, man. Come on. Surely you have something to say.
Wow. Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh my God, this fucking dolt. He put his little like reaction square over the subtitles. Come on, gotta move it. You gotta move it. Nobody, come on.
How long does this take to get this much?
It depends what it will take about, and then his face cuts off, but he's gonna fill us in.
Coloring, because there's no way it's 10 to 15 for drawing the whole thing.
It will take about 15 to 30 minutes for one picture to be...
For drawing the whole thing.
Actually, yes. If you pay attention, yes, you can draw that in. Oh, dude, Apple Black is so slow with its updates. I mean, like, yeah, I can see why White is skeptical about that because I don't think he's ever drawn anything that fast. Oh wait, sorry. Let me pull up one of his stupid fucking YouTube challenges where it's just like I draw my dick in under 10 minutes. What? Exploding face. Like I'm sure he's done some shit like that.
It will take about 15 to 30 minutes for one picture to be drawn. And in Japanese animation, 1 second is 24 cuts or 24 animations.
Can you tell my math brain did not figure out what that meant? A lot of work, that's what that meant. Guess how many backgrounds is in an episode? I guess like 20. Yeah. Up to 300.
Backgrounds are, you gotta do them, man. Really helps bring the people into the world.
Dude, fix your fucking mic. Okay. Here we go. I don't know if PewDiePie is going to explain this, but I will make myself look very, very smart and explain it before PewDiePie can. But there's a lot of shortcuts taken in modern anime for backgrounds. You know, where you just like have like the tree brush, the foliage brush, the like different like effects like the rock brush, like there's different like it's very easy to make a background very quickly nowadays, especially with digital art. But like yeah, gotta work fast, White. That's the game. That's the name of the game.
Per episode. There's a whole department for this.
Wow.
So they start off with a raw image, like a basic sketch. Then not in all.
Okay, yeah, okay, he's gonna explain it. I don't need to see PewDiePie learning how to draw background. I know how to draw background. It's fucking fine. Let's skip ahead to what White's got to. Look, he even like took himself off the thing. Oh my God.
Like, you wouldn't even notice that unless you zoom in.
Yeah. You're not even looking at it. It's kind of in the background. Nobody looks at it. Sometimes it might even be blurred. So
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Dynamite dropping, White. All right. Let's see. He's gonna have some thoughts here.
Making sure he makes it for the deadline.
Deadlines are a chore. There's a lot of parallel with.
They are. Look, let me pull something up. All right. So I have the first, what I believe is the first printing of Apple Black. I don't know if there's a version before this. Okay? Now, you can hear me flipping through it. The first printing of this, okay, so first printing was 2014, right? Okay. Now there's some like sketches. We see one of the earliest drawings of Sano from 2010 is in this book. 2010. Let's read the author's notes from this. From Apple Black Volume 1. So it says, with the release of this book, one of my many dreams has been accomplished. This comic, Apple Black, has gone through so many changes, developments, and improvements over the years, both story and art, with me growing and learning as an artist and as a person. I am proud of the results, and I hope to work even harder as I go on this journey completing the story and in life as a whole. He said whole. I will be even happier if Apple Black, my first book, is enjoyed by all those who read it. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice put into this book, and I believe it was all worth it. And Ojunze Oguko White Manga. All right. Then let's see, and then we got some personal info about him. But okay, so earliest sketch of Sano is from 2010. This book was published in 2014. This book is over 10 years old, and your series, like, is nowhere near finished. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to hear about deadlines. If you're being this slow, like, okay, not even like, oh, your series isn't finished. I mean, like, you're on volume 5, and instead of like, I haven't heard anything about volume 6, but I have heard about you rearranging the webtoon panels and coloring your webtoon panels and just spinning your fucking wheels. Like, I don't know. Like, I really feel like this, like, you're not like the person I want to hear about deadlines from. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure you have deadlines. Like, it's just not the same, man. Like,
with anime creation and obviously, I don't need to explain that to you.
Wait, what do you need?
Making sure
with anime creation and obviously, I don't need to explain that to you.
And I think he said manga.
Or there's a lot of parallel with anime creation and obviously, I don't need.
And with anime creation, like that's what with anime creation, obviously, okay.
To explain that to you, and deadline. Sometimes just finishing is more important than having it be mid. That's why you see sometimes in the publications weekly, a manga artist might actually have their chapter incomplete or like in sketch form, versus not be in the issue at all. And then when the
but when have you ever done that, White? It's like you're such a prissy little princess, and Apple Black just has to look good.
Manga volume actually comes out.
I know that contradicts what I said about him being cool with his assistants. I know, but look at this. Look at this here. Let's open up Saturday AM. Read online. Look at this. When you go to the Saturday AM's magazine, they put in their magazine chapters that have already appeared in the Tonko. Oh, I can't click to just go to Apple Black. Then what the fuck's the point of a digital magazine? Okay. I don't know if there's like, if they're ever gonna like start doing like I'm not trying to simp too hard for the for the weekly release schedule. I think weekly release schedules are evil and they kill people. But like this chapter already appeared in the Apple Black manga. Like this in the magazine. This isn't the first time we're seeing it. So I don't know. Like he's talking some pretty big game. Like he's not talking from firsthand experience. I mean, like was there ever a point where it was where Apple Black was like doing this like part of their like a consistent update schedule with Apple Black, because it's been pretty spotty like when you go through the history. And hey, again, maybe I'm wrong, a lot of books here. There's a lot of books here. I did hear that Saturday AM will be rebooting their magazine. I don't know what they mean by that. But we can look forward to that soon. There was a lot of fanfare on their page about Saturday PM, their Seinen magazine, about that one going to monthly sometime in January. And let me look over this. Okay, so they got about a week left as I'm looking over at my calendar. Good luck, guys. Good luck, guys. I'll be there to read it.
Then it can be completed, right? And so anime probably not that different. And then they make remasters and cleanups and adjustments for, say,
dude, like you are all about the adjustments, like
Blu-ray, DVD, whatever.
All right, let's skip ahead. I know this shit. All right.
Everyone sits in a circle, and then you take turns to draw each other in all these different poses.
You gotta warm up. I mean, maybe it's useful. This I've never heard of before.
Wait, really? You've never? Okay. You've never heard of a crocus warm-up? Okay.
Everyone sits in a circle, and then you take turns to draw each other in all these different poses.
You gotta warm up. I mean, maybe it's...
Do you just like... Do you just start drawing right away, White? Like, I mean, yeah, like there's different schools of thought for that, but like, I don't know.
Useful. This I've never heard of before.
Oh, okay.
And, maybe...
Weren't you like a teacher at some point? Like, how have you...
This is useful. Maybe it's fun. Maybe it's for like teaching.
Oh, right. You have a master's degree in what the fuck? He said it in his book. Let me reflip that open. Okay, he's got a fine arts and computer science. That's his double major. Okay. I mean, like, I guess. Okay. No comment. I got. No. So I said I get one bisexual joke per video. That was the rule. Should I deploy it now to make a joke about his double major? His double
team morale, maybe it's great. Like, I'll be tired, man. It's like all we do is draw.
When are you not tired? Oh my god, you're recording this video like you just rolled out of bed. Like, oh god, that's another little nitpick. He's like always wearing his little sleepy mask, like, oh, yum, so sleepy. Oh, I don't know if it's like I'm so sleepy or if he's just too cool to care.
Oh, so the relax we draw more? Damn. I don't know.
When the fuck do you draw, White? Like, I'm hearing more about you outsourcing to assistants than you drawing.
I've never experienced this, so maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know.
You are wrong. Let's zoom ahead a little. All right, let's see.
早いすぎ.
It's like a life drawing class. I did take a life drawing class. I have some of the sketches. Maybe I'll show you guys in a...
Bro, you graduated like, what, 10 years ago? How the fuck do you still have your... Show us something recent, dude.
Tour of sketches for that class and what I thought was helpful about it. But there was like a naked lady in the middle of the room and, sketching, and you have to sketch actually in a specific way and not the usual way I was used to. So it wasn't that...
Oh, were they cramping your style, White? Oh, no.
Challenging. It was kind of fun, but I learned a lot about just doing things quicker. It gave me other routes to sketching overall. And that's what this...
Have you used those on Apple Black? Are we going to get volume 6?
Reminds me of, but this one I think...
When are we getting volume 6?
More so fun, which I guess is still in line with what I did there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, PewDiePie's drawing his shit. Okay, let's zoom ahead.
Kudos to him. I'm sure maybe he drew a little bit as a kid, hence why he wanted to get back into drawing. But to see that growth, remembering the video, because we reacted to that on the channel as well, just to see
Oh man, more for the Ouroboros of Slop. Ooh, I could react to him react. That was the other thing. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot to mention. White Manga brought his React channel back. Oh my god, yeah. Let me pull that up. Oh fuck. Oh god, I'm having a stroke trying to X and. Shit, where is it? Oh my god. He brought back his reaction channel. Oh my god. Let's see if it's see if I can God, it's so hard to search cuz it's cuz it was like the name of his reaction channel, cuz he's doing it with his friend, and they're using both of their rap names. The White Manga's rap name is over 9,000, and X and then his buddy was X and O, or fuck. Okay. I found it. Found his reaction channel. It's EXN over. Oh my god. Yeah, they got the at. Oh. Yeah, and they finally started updating again. I'm so happy. Oh my god. Well, 5 months ago they did 2 videos 5 months ago. But look. So looks like they're slowly getting through Jujutsu Kaisen, and they did a reaction to the Deadpool and Wolverine official trailer. Oh yeah, hopefully they keep updating. I haven't watched their new stuff. Well, I know someday, when the hatred truly consumes my heart, and I accept my fate as the ultimate slopper, I'll react to them watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which has to be the worst way to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh man, oh god, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that they're back. Just so glad. I love this channel so much. Everyone, please go follow them. All right. Anyway.
To see that growth, kudos to you. You know, I think
wow.
You know, a lot of people, especially when they rank up in age, you know, they think it's done. You can't draw. You can't do anything with it. Maybe professionally is always it's always going to be difficult, but and I guess easier for him being who he is. But still, to do it is drawing, right? You having 100 million subscribers, it's not going to make you a better artist much.
Well, it won't make you a better artist, but it will get more people to buy your manga.
You having 100 million subscribers, it's not going to make you a better artist much. You know, maybe it'll give you some time, but for the most part, you know, he stuck to his guns, and he's not bad at all. And from that video improving, I did see a massive amount of growth. So
wow, massive! Oh, I got a massive growth right here.
Yeah, that's actually one of the ways to get better, right? To learn to draw fast, especially if you want to do it professionally, to learn to draw fast. Because when you challenge yourself and you time yourself, even if you're drawing the same thing over and over and over, if you
like how every version of Apple Black, he redraws this, like the panel where Angelo, like at the start of the story where Sano leaves his island to go to Hogwarts, he redraws this panel of Angelo looking fondly at Sano, his adopted son. Which, by the way, Angelo is gay. I'm dying on that hill. No, not even saying that this is headcanon or fanon. That dude is straight up gay. Straight up gay. Sorry, I know there's a better way to phrase that. So he redraws this panel of Angelo every time, and it's one of those like little changes where it's like, wait, why this? Like, it looked fine the first time. I gotta check with the webtoon one if he redrew Angelo in that one, where it's like the first one, it's like, I guess the shoulders are a little wonky, but like, I don't know, no one was like paying attention to that. So like, yeah, it's like little changes like that where I don't know why this is what you think needed to be changed. But yeah, you got all the time. Got all the time to finish Apple Black. You are immortal, White Manga, and it doesn't matter that it took this long for Apple Black.
You start to nail it and you get better at it and you're doing it quicker, is building confidence. It's also building muscle memory and just of generally a confidence that you can take on for future projects.
Man, I wish you had a little more confidence in your speaking patterns, White. I think all this time on YouTube would have would have made you a better speaker, but I guess not. I guess even the microphone degrades over time with.
And it's not going to happen overnight. I have videos as well that kind of break down, how to improve faster and drawing things with reference and then without reference and timing yourself with each iteration and making sure your accuracy of how good it looks or how
drawing my dick in 10 minutes.
Accurate it is from the reference is getting better and better. Whether you're doing it with reference and then without reference. So now you're doing it.
He's just explaining the shrimp. If y'all know that ancient art tutorial, it's like how to draw anything, and they use a shrimp. You're just doing the shrimp. You telling me a shrimp fried this art tutorial? Yeah, just look at the shrimp. You don't gotta like. I know. I sip for White. I know I say support him. Go buy Apple Black. Go buy this shirt that he's wearing and send it to me so I could sniff it. I know I say all these things, but you just need the shrimp tutorial. That's it.
Timed, but you're also trying to remember.
It's also like, I don't know, like with the. I feel like I'm becoming increasingly disillusioned with art tutorial side of YouTube because I feel like it's got a lot in common with the self-help side of YouTube where it's just kind of making you feel productive without actually doing anything. And by the way, I don't want anyone to learn anything from any of my videos. I want this to be semi-decent background noise while you are folding your laundry. That is my goal for this channel. I don't want anyone, this is a no learning zone. You are going to walk away from this video dumber. But I do feel like a lot of YouTube self-improvement, art tutorials included, it's just kind of just giving you that dopamine hit of like, wow, of like kind of experiencing improvement without actually doing it. And maybe like some art tutorials may help, but I do feel like after a certain point, you're just kind of repeating shit. I mean, hell, White Manga started remaking his old videos, so I know I'm not totally wrong here.
Remember, so you're building that muscle memory to make sure you nail it.
Oh yeah,
it's coming.
You nailed that delivery, White. Don't worry.
Okay, it's not going to happen overnight, but those are things.
Yeah, just like Apple Black Volume 6.
Things that actually help build your confidence, because a lot of drawing and improving in your drawing is confidence, because when you're drawing, sometimes it might not look great, and so you are doubting the end result, right?
Oh yeah.
But once you've seen good end results over and over, and you see how maybe messy and ugly it might look,
you've never drawn an ugly picture in your life, White Manga. Don't worry.
You're not thinking about that anymore because you've seen the finished product multiple times.
Man, that's the other thing is here's another whiteism that really grinds my gears. He does like to reference that like how old the first few chapters of Apple Black are, and he does like whenever that comes up, he's like, a lot of these old pages still hold up. like he likes to like interject that quite frequently. And that's another thing that I don't get, where it's like, okay, like I would certainly hope that my art from 10 years ago would look like completely different from anything that I'm doing now. And like I don't know what's the line here. Like how much should you take pride in your work versus like, hey, that's old shit and I'm moving on and I'm better now. I don't know what the line is, but I know he's like sniffing his farts a little too much, and I've just had enough, frankly.
And so you have more confidence and you get better as you keep going.
Oh wow. Yeah, sure is wacky down at the anime studio. Let's fast forward a bit. Looks like White's not really giving any commentary. All right, and let's see.
You would have a habit to go small and more detailed, but be more dynamic and have fun instead of being picky about yourself.
That's good. Yeah. 楽しかったでした.
People starting and they always draw like really small because they're like in it. Just be free, loosen your wrist, and don't be afraid of mistakes, and learn from the mistakes and do it better the next time. The speed.
Okay, when he says do it better, don't listen to this advice. Do not do. No, just burn down your previous attempts. Do not do it better next time. Do not redraw the same fucking panel of your gay sidekick 3 times in a row. Please, for the love of God, don't do that.
The speed thing was more so, it does build confidence after a while, but in the beginning, especially just laying down some fundamentals, you don't need to. The speed is something you can build on as time goes on. It's not necessarily.
Where's volume 6, White?
A need in the beginning.
Where's your cowboy manga, White? You promised me a cowboy one shot, and it's still not done. Let's open his live tab. Streamed 11 months ago. So yeah, we're almost a year away from the last time he touched his cowboy manga, and he started it. Let's see. Yeah, just opened with him giving the big Let's see. Streamed on January 14, 2025. That was when he started his cowboy manga. It's still not done. And it's still not done. Yeah, I really don't want to hear him talk about speed and deadlines and things like that. No, man. No, look, I know you got other shit going on. I know you got your big damn webtoon deal. I know you've been coordinating your fight. Look, sure, whatever, man. Look, all I care about is manga. I don't give a shit, okay? I really don't care about all of your other things that you're doing. I only see the manga, okay?
The beginning. You just, especially if it's not fun.
I even got critique on my...
Wow. PewDiePie got critique? Wow. All right, let's see what White's got to say about that.
But if you can just make one smooth... Don't care too much about the errors. Again, it's a sketch.
If you didn't care about the errors, you wouldn't keep redrawing your manga.
Shouldn't matter too much, but again, once you build that confidence, you're going to care less. My sketches now, especially if you look at my storyboards, it's just like, whatever. You still get the gist of it when I'm putting the...
You could be a little looser with your storyboards. I think, because, like, man, I know I've made this point before, but like, a lot of his storyboards, like, they do line up with his manga pretty closely, and I feel like he could, like, if he did more just stick figures and just was more open with rearranging the characters, that would solve a lot of his composition problems, like just allowing himself to play with the characters more. But like, he's just been so locked the fuck in to Apple Black as a concept that I don't think he's gonna do that. That's why when he was showing his webtoon test for Bakassi, it's like, oh shit, he's actually making a manga. This is amazing. And we were all rooting for Bakassi, White. We really were.
The layouts. But I agree with all of that. And I've mentioned all of those things on this channel.
All of those.
I do draw small now for those storyboards, like little thumbnails, and I blow them up. Because when I draw smaller, I save time. But generally for sketches, especially during that learning stage. Yeah.
Okay, here's my hot take. Here's my you should draw big, because drawing big means you are using your shoulder to draw and less of the wrist, because the fine wrist motion, that will give you a repetitive strain injury, and you want to avoid that when you draw manga. So you want to like, to warm up the whole arm for that. Someday I'll dox myself and take a picture of my work manga setup, and somebody will identify which ant is in the corner, and they'll be able to pinpoint my exact location. But like, I have quite the boomer setup, because I have a huge ass tablet and a huge ass monitor, because if I draw small, my wrist shrivels up.
At this point,
all right, shut up, PewDiePie. Let's fast forward. I'm here for white manga.
For just like small movements. It's crazy.
Yeah, animation is tough, man. Animation is tough, and just looking at the timesheet and all.
Yeah, it's easier to just play chess.com all day and give marching orders to all your assistants.
All that is very, very daunting.
Yes, I am sounding better. Yes, you know what? Fuck it. We're what, like, we're almost like 2 hours into this? Yeah, okay, sure. Let me be bitter. Everyone else, they've already left. The everyone who's here for the bitterness is stuck around. I can be bitter now.
Daunting. But I do think those are the types of things where, let's say if I was joining the team to animate in any way at all.
You could do that, White. You could apply for an animation studio and work for them. You could do this. Like what PewDiePie is doing, you could, they won't give you they won't roll out the red carpet like for PewDiePie, like they'll do for you, but you can do this. Like I don't know. Oh, just all this like mythological talk of like, well, if I was doing it, I don't know, like it really, like it's just like the way he's talking now, like the way he talks about his hypothetical anime, it's just all like ideas guy talk, and it really makes me nuts. Like this, like because I have no imagination, so it makes me mad when other people have an imagination. Ooh.
It would be a little bit of a curve to learn all these things because I'm familiar with it, but I've not really used timesheets, official timesheets in this way or anything like that. There's still a lot of details that I don't know, but I think
don't worry. Your first job at an anime studio, it'll be the producer's chair for Apple Black, the anime.
I think that after a little bit of time has passed and I've gotten a little bit used to it, it'll be less daunting.
I'm sure, White. I'm sure you'd pick it up. I'm sure.
Like most things.
After that, it was time for me to test it out myself.
Yep.
I have to think.
Yep.
He's gonna have to go down.
So in things like these, you find the keyframes, the main keyframes.
Oh boy! Oh no! Here we go. Oh, he's gonna tell us about keyframe. Oh, okay. What do you got for us, White?
You figure out the in-betweens. And the keyframes would be the most important frames, which if we're doing the jump, you see the start, the finish, maybe a little bit of him in the air.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's like here.
Maybe a little bit of him in the air. Wow.
The box, you have it here, and then here. So that would definitely be one of it. But you can have it here. Oh. Maybe one of them will be actually in anticipation before the jump, which would be him bending down.
Dude, I'm like understanding animation less the longer I hear him talk about this.
Down.
Okay, by the way, if you're listening to this in the background without any visuals, he's not putting anything on screen to illustrate his points. He's just kind of like flapping his gay hand around. Sorry, his very heterosexual hand around.
Then the leap.
Then
maybe staying in the air.
Oh, okay. Maybe stay in the air.
Then the land.
Oh.
Maybe compression.
Maybe
and then
compression.
So all.
Oh God! Can I just like bang my head against the wall so I forget that sentence?
All that was at least 7.
At least 7.
And then you have in betweens, right? You find the most important ones, which I would say.
Oh my fucking God! Oh my God! I cannot. No. Oh my God. Is there anyone in the comments being like, "Hell yeah, I know how to animate after listening to you." Let me look for that. Let me look for that because I need that. I need someone to validate that, him leaving that part in the video. Let's see. Ooh, here we go. Infamous D 2006 says, "Bro, are you like Shadowband? LOL, because it feels like YouTube or something is doing you hella dirty with the views. There is no way you have that many dead subs or anything. IDK if they find you too controversial. When you defending certain race topics in anime, you one of the best ones doing this art thing." And White Manga replies, "I appreciate you saying that, man. It's weird, but I'm just gonna keep doing my thing." Okay. I would say that his videos where he talks about like whatever racial controversies in anime, those perform very well. He would he should do more of those. Cause like, all right, like if we sort by popular, so we have you know, art tutorials from years ago. Okay, so 3 years ago, they have this video about Clock Striker that got 553K views. Okay. Like that's like the most recent one in his popular, like when you sort by popular. So like he should hit on that subject a bit more. That and like it shows that he has an opinion about something. It shows that he actually has a fucking backbone. It's not just gonna say like whatever opinion, that he's going to say something that ruffles a few feathers. So
it's like maybe 3 important ones showing the position. But overall, I already said like 7, and then you have a few more.
Oh
8,
wow.
9, maybe even 10. Honestly,
see this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking. This exact way that he talked. This right here, the perfect example. 7, and then you have a few more. 8, 9, maybe 10 even. Honestly, that is what he said. Let me replay it. This is the platonic ideal of how White describes numbers. Oh, like I'm so happy I stuck around for his mumble mouth explanation of how to animate. Let's rewind slightly.
To get.
Can I rewind? Fuck. Okay.
Then you have a few more. 8, 9, maybe even 10. Honestly.
Yes, right here. This is what I am This is what I'm thinking of when I was saying that, like, he has this specific way that he talks about, like, when he starts listing numbers, like he gets into the specific cadence. Oh my god. Oh, it's just so beautiful seeing it organically like this. Like, mwah. He's never gonna let go of this crutch. Please, or I should say, please, I hope that he doesn't, because I love it every time that he does this.
To get that smooth transition, and then you have less the faster. So as the character is landing, you probably have less. In fact, probably maybe even none. It depends, but you'll be able to
less, probably, maybe even none. Dude, like. You gotta have an inch more confidence, man.
Be able to kind of see the progression and play it out and test it out. If you're sketching on paper, be able to look at it, right, and know what you're doing, so you know how many you need. It's a little tricky, but you usually start with like the most important frames first, and then you draw the.
Did he ever teach animation? Because I know, or I should say, I think he's used his degree to teach a computer science class. I don't know if he's ever taught any art classes.
Draw the in between.
I'm just like trying to imagine, like, God, like what would my takeaway be if this was like actually my art teacher? Oh God, because I've had some stinker of an art teachers like in the past, like.
So I think my strategy.
Let's see. I don't care what PewDiePie's doing. That's right. I'm being a hater. Let's see. Fast forward. Man, White's watching a lot of this without saying anything. Oh wow. Hey White, that's commentary YouTube. You gotta like, you gotta bring your A game.
Yeah, you need a.
This is impossible.
You need a quick stroke, Bucko.
No.
Control Z is your friend.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's a joke. That's a joke. I know that's a joke, but it does help to not use Control Z, like to just disable that and like as like a warm up, or when I draw on paper, I try to do pen only, because as like a way to like overcompensate for how for all of my digital crutches, so that when I draw on paper, it's like, okay, I gotta be very deliberate with it. I'll also say zooming in and out of a page, that can also kind of hurt if you rely on it too much, which I know that sounds like an absolute nothing, but if you just keep your manga page like at like a certain percentage, and you don't keep zooming in and out, it's like, because I did realize that I can only speak to me. I'm not giving anyone advice ever, but I but I can say for me, when like like when I stopped like zooming in so much, like I didn't realize that like I was putting in a lot of details on the page that did not necessarily matter or translate, so that when they zoom out, it just kind of looks like a mess. And I think that just drawing on the canvas so that you could see the entire page helped me out a lot. I'll also say this here, and to tie it back to our friend White Manga, he doesn't use on Clip Studio, he doesn't use the vector erase tool. And I know, like, look, I don't expect everyone to drop like the scare cord over that or even know what that is. Um, but with Clip Studio, I think it's just gonna be easier for me to show this. But it's like it's made me kind of nuts when I see him do his like do his do his digital art inking, because like it's just like it's something that slows him down, that does not need to be that slow. So let me pull up Clip Studio here. Wow, there it is. Incredible. Okay, so here's Clip Studio. I'm gonna get my brush tool so you can see I was doing some cool spooky effects. Okay, let's do a vector layer here. This is not an art tutorial. Nobody better learn anything, okay? I hope the only people who are learning from this are people that will never open Clip Studio, so they don't know what I'm talking about. But okay, so I did this line, right? Okay, I drew this line here. Now I'm drawing another line here, okay? And this is in my vector layer. Now I'm going to open the eraser, and shit, I think my keyboard died. Oh man, it's just everything's falling apart. Okay, so so you see here I clicked vector erase. Let me dodge out of the way. But yeah, so and then I so here's my beautiful X, and like the vector erase, so it only took out, so with that one click, it took out that half of the line, and this part wasn't affected because it was because of this. Now if we look, we can look at the vector points for this, and I can manipulate it like that, and I can move this one here if I want to bring that back up. It's very cool. And this can take a little getting used to if you're used to pen and paper. I'll also say that this may not be the best one. Like if you're going for a certain vibe or aesthetic, I'd say for Apple Black, they could probably use, like, for White Manga specifically, he could get on the vector erase train a little easier. I think that would help his art a lot. It certainly speeds up the production process if you're doing this. It might not be what you're going for, but I do think it's pretty rich here in this backseat this backseat digital arting, when it's like, dude, you are White Manga, please. You are like, you don't do like this very basic thing in Clip Studio, and like you've done all of this official. Look, again, Clip Studio, great program. You can do a lot of things in it. Like there's a lot of instances where vector erase may not be what you're looking for. Thing like if you're doing like a more painterly style, for his style specifically, he should get on that. But yeah. All right, Control Z is your friend. Yeah, it sure is fucking funny, White. Yeah, you're gonna show them.
No, I lost everything.
Yeah, he's probably nervous.
Okay.
It's not bad though. Sometimes you can go as far as your wrist can do.
No, don't use your wrist. Don't draw with the wrist. Draw with your shoulder. Draw with your shoulder, White. White, do not get a wrist injury. I swear to God, no, don't.
And then connect it afterwards. You don't have to always get the line immediately.
Bro, his mic is getting worse over this video. Like, what the hell's happening?
This is a lot harder than it looks, I will say that.
Yeah. Like how many times you're redoing, it tells.
And it's already so wobbly. Yeah. This is my best. This is my finest work.
Oh man, he's really trying. Inking is something that I'm trying to get better at digitally, because one thing that with my method is take for a long time I've just been taking my 3D models and tracing over them and being like, well, that's it. There's my manga page. I traced over the 3D model. And so I'm trying to make more of an effort to be more deliberate with the lines and not just do a one-to-one overlay, and to try to give my lines more depth and be more conscious about it. It's hard though. I feel for this poor little YouTuber millionaire trying his best. All right, so let's see. So all right, so he draws and he draws. Okay. All right. So wow, and then he animated. So what's White got to say about that?
The thought that actually went behind it. How colors is used and chosen for.
Man, why is there an echo now? Jesus Christ. White, is that you? Is that you or me?
Different scenes. And one last time, how every single frame, every single piece was actually.
Huh. Are they using Clip Studio in this one, or is it another program? It looks like Clip Studio. Could be wrong. So I see the same like control panel.
Drawn by someone. I think in a time of AI, even if you don't draw, that was just so inspiring.
And how AI is going to have them cooked, how that's going to be implemented, because for some Japanese studios, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Some, they will stick to their guns and stand on business, but some will implement AI. Some have. There's a all AI anime. At least
is it the Apple Black anime that you posted on your channel? Sorry, cheap shot. Okay,
episode or something out right now. I think it's from Japan.
Yeah, there's a lot of AI anime, and they all suck. I know that's been that was recently a hot topic. Was it was like on this manga app, there was an AI made manga that was in like their number one, like their best selling, right? Thing is though, that's a big headline, like AI manga takes to the charts. It's like, I don't think it's made any numbers on the Oricon charts or anything like that. I think it was just this one app, this one manga, AI generated, got was able to secure a number one spot. Now, if you read like one line below that, it only has like a 3. It's only like a 3 out of 5 rating. Like it's like this isn't a well-loved manga. I think it's more of the novelty of like, oh shit, this is an AI one, and people checking it out for that and rubbernecking. I'm seeing more of I'm seeing more stances against AI when it comes to manga studios specifically, or manga publishers, I should say. Like Kodansha Manga Academy, for their contest, very explicitly said no AI can be used for this 4-koma contest that they're doing. And I know I recently was talking about Manga Plus creators and how they are just a cesspool of very ugly AI manga. Interestingly, I looked at the editor who oversees Manga Plus creators. I was looking through his Twitter, and he has a pretty interesting anti-AI stance. And he's coming at it, but he was coming at it more from like, oh, isn't it awful that these AI machine, like he was retweeting something. Yeah, this is me summarizing social media bullshit. Look, stick with me here. But he was like retweeting something that was saying how it's bad that AI machines are using other people's IPs to generate their work, and he seemed, I don't want to like speak for him, but it seemed like that was like the stance, like, hey, let's stop AI so it doesn't steal our art. I don't know. So it is one of those like, hey, it's good that the Manga Plus creators, like head guy, that he's like aware of this, and hopefully he will take some steps to correct this and to make Manga Plus creators less of an AI cesspool. Because that is like, he's like, someone's got to do something, man. Like, hopefully that'll be corrected. But it's not like he's like totally ignorant of AI discussions happening. Would like there was that glimmer of hope. White Manga thinks he saw an AI anime and he thinks it's from Japan. Yeah, that's okay. All right, I could go on your channel and watch AI anime right now.
They don't really care that much. They care. I don't know. It depends. I need to do a little bit more research. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's coming. That's it, guys. Hopefully you guys learned some extra stuff.
Wow.
Additional to stuff I've already shared on the channel. I learned some new things here and there. It's always interesting to see.
You learned what a warm-up sketch is. How the fuck did you not know what a warm-up sketch is? Yeah, I'm shaming. I'm full hater mode right now.
How studios kind of operate, and I'm sure the next studio kind of operates not too different.
How have you not watched Shirobako? Like what media about making anime have you consumed, White? Like, is it just nothing, and then PewDiePie rolled into town and you're like, wow, now I can learn how an anime is made
Differently, but
I'll say I am surprised that he didn't bring up his pride and joy of his PewDiePie fan art that PewDiePie reposted. I'm surprised he didn't bring that up. I'm surprised he didn't bring up the PewDiePie reference in Apple Black. So,
but I'm sure,
yeah, that's where I was wrong.
There will be some major differences here and there depending on the studio. So shout out to him, on this.
Shout out to PewDiePie. Yeah, PewDiePie needs your shout out.
Artistic journey and continuing to draw and appreciate art. And you see how the sausage is made, how the sauce is made.
I mean, we really didn't. Like, it was just a fluff piece. Like, I feel like you went back on your stance at the start of the video already. Like, oh god, the fucking flip flopping on this guy.
You also appreciated whether it be for anime or manga.
Yeah.
But this was great. It was informational. Shout out to him. For those of you who don't know who I am, check out my manga. Writer and illustrator of Apple Black, published Serialized Saturday AM, where I'm also co-founder. Books published worldwide, translations, more translations coming. Webtoon adaptation with that partnership. You can go read the latest episodes on Webtoon in color, and that adaptation and all the new stuff. The sauce is on that, as well as the video game coming out soon. Go wishlist.
When's volume 6 of Apple Black? Again, when's your cowboy manga and when's volume 6? That's what I care about.
On Steam and follow on Steam so you stay notified when the demo drops and you guys be able to play it yourself.
Wow.
More details on the game coming soon. Shout out to everybody. The support from you guys as well as the whole fighting game community has been overwhelming. If you made the end of this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, go smash the subscribe button and hit the bell so you stay notified each time I upload absolutely anything. Turn on all notifications. Check out more videos. There's a lot of fun stuff on here. It's White Manga.
Whew. Well, look at this. Look, I want to point this out before we go. Look. This is how White Manga this is how he classifies Apple Black. Apple Black, The Rebel Siege Arc, Season 1. Volumes 1 through 4. Season 1. And by the way, he does this in all of his videos, like how he sorts his manga, and the manga, like, he puts it in right to left order, but the manga itself reads left to right, except for the misprint and the Kobo. Look, it's fucking messy. And yes, he animated the Sano, and there's a green screen version of the Sano if you want to put him in gay situations. But look, so he thinks of Apple Black in terms of seasons. Like, this is how, like, I swear to God, this is not me hallucinating. He really does just want this to be an anime. Man, it sucks. It sucks. That's my hot take. Oh, that's it. It's that. There's a little hide button. I want to see. Okay. Oh, okay. It was hide this. Hide his little buttons and doodads. Yeah. So he classifies his manga in terms of seasons. I don't know. It's cringe. That's all I could say. It's cringe. It's cringe, and he is not free. He will never be free. He will never be free from his cringe because he's not having fun. And that's the only way that you can be cringe and free is if you are having fun with your cringe. And it just feels so joyless. Luckily, I had fun today, and hopefully you did too.